say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip.
This is the NBA on NBC.
Do it now, I told you, do it now.
Let's go.
You wanna hate me, then hate me. What can I do but keep getting money? Funny, I was just like you. I had to hustle hard, never give up until I made it. Now y'all saying that's a clever, nothing to play with.
You can hate me now. I won't stop. But I won't stop now.
A terrific view here of Philadelphia City Hall and the statue of William Penn standing atop it. 2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home of the 76ers, the Wells Fargo Center. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. And guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Noel?
Kevin, he has a great knack for blocking shots from the weak side. He can always sense the right moment to leave his man, come over and help, and chase down the shooter.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
The Philadelphia 76ers, they've coming off a good outing against the Indiana Pacers. And just one look at the score tells you all you need to know. They were dominant in just about every area.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right, on dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Now here's Pierce. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Raptors.
Yeah, it was tough to see that one coming, really, because I thought that was a game they were going to win. The final score really caught a lot of people off guard.
Yeah, but I think they really tightened up at the end, Steve. I think they were trying too hard to avoid the upset instead of focusing on going after the win. Good way to start the game there. I mean, that's a nice inside bucket.
No question, Clark. I think they'd like to establish a presence down low early in the game to get their offense going.
Now here's Roten. Wall with the steal. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Wizards team. Carter Williams dishes to Noel. And that one's good. Noel's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Wall attacking. Banked in off the glass.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
And so here is Philadelphia. Pass to Roten. Young outside. The feed now to Roten. 5 to shoot. Carter Williams. Again, Philadelphia. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Randy Whitman. Doris, what did he have to say?
They remained upbeat about their performance this season, even though it hasn't put them with the elite teams in the NBA. He said, the effort's been there, we just haven't yet gotten the results we've been hoping for. Maybe we'll see the start of something tonight. Guys?
All right, Doris, thanks. And here are the 76ers now. Following the miss by John Wall.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Young for 3.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Carter Williams kicks to Young.
Right there.
The rim wrap well.
Just Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. Feeds it to Beal. Back to Wall. All alone. Offensive rebound. Here's Nene. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. He lobs it up, and Tony Roten with the slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Now here's Pierce. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto. Beal can't get it to go.
You know, typically, guys, he has the body control to finish when he's in that tight. I'm not sure what happened there.
And the foul on Paul Pierce. That's foul number 2 for him.
I like the call. I thought the defense was moving there.
Yeah, I think he slid underneath. Good blocking call that trip.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. .129 left in the first. Jackson against Miller. Back to Jackson. He feeds it to Richardson. The 76ers again can't hit it. Wizards trail by 4. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And there's Porter on the assist by Webster.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Jackson kicks to Richardson. Here's Saric. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, they like to get him the ball down on the low post, Kevin, not just for his ability to score, but to also distribute to his teammates when the defense collapses.
And one thing about him that might not show up in the box score, but is as important as anything else, is his leadership. I mean, he sets the tone for this team, and all of his teammates follow his example.
The Wizards have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Richardson the pass to Jackson. The 3-pointers right on target. Jackson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Wizards trail by 7. Blair dishes to Webster. Pass to Blair. Kicks to Porter. 6 on the shot clock.
Already they find themselves in a hole here, having problems getting into a rhythm or a good flow.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. Washington shooting their first free throw of the night.
And not a very strong free throw shooting team in general. Guys, they shot 73% as a team a year ago.
He dishes it to Thompson. Outside Jackson. Back to Thompson. Jackson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. 76ers lead by 7. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Thompson is out there with Jackson. Then there's Grant, and it's Sims in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
No tip required when you've got room to make the stuff.
Yeah, some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, he wasn't wasting any time. Straight back up and right into the hoop.
And it's Miller penetrating. It's blocked. Thompson outside. They get it again. Jackson battles through traffic and lays it in. Jackson's got 8 points.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Wizards trail by 7. Miller off a pick from Gooden. And it's Miller penetrating. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, let's take a look at where Philadelphia ended up rank-wise in the league last year. First in steals, 15th in rebounding, and they were in the top half of the league in assists as well. Not elite level, not quite good, but okay.
And the thing that I like that you talked about, Clark, was the steals, because to me that's their identity as a ball club. Number 1 in the league in thefts. They tried to take the ball away from the offense and really convert at the other end, and when they got that game going, they were really tough.
The 76ers leading by 5. Pass to Thompson. It's stolen by Webster. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Porter outside, and that one's good. Porter's got 5 points so far.
That's just a case of 2 teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
They've got the 5-on-3 advantage. He kicks to Miller. Oh, that's blocked. Thompson outside. The pass to Sarge. 76ers moving the ball around. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The 76ers, number 1.
And I don't even know if the numbers really told the story. I mean, this was a tremendous defensive team last year.
Here's Thompson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock at 6.
Overall, I haven't seen the same type of success that they initially had from beyond the arc. I think it may be because they're rushing a little bit. They're still getting good looks, but now they've got to make sure their feet are set and they're shooting it with confidence. Crisp pass into the paint.
Miller with the ball. The dish to Webster. Passes it to Seraphin. Releases from 15, and that one's good. Seraphin's got his first points in this one. The 76ers lead. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip.
And I would think a lot of attention will be focused on that Orlando contest.
And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando, and they'll take on the Magic. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Well, you look at the numbers, Kevin. Last year, they were around 71% from the line as a team, so not a very good number there.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
So for the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Nene comes in for Drew Gooden. And Paul Pierce is subbed in for Porter. That one misses. Wizards trail by 3. It's Beal on the wing. Gortat slams it back in.
Yeah, that's some nice work on the offensive glass.
76ers have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Carter Williams, the pass to Sims. Dishes it to Carter Williams. That's good. And the 76ers lead by 3.
He could have forced a tough inside shot, but made a terrific kick out to find the open jumper instead.
Stolen by Grant. The finish. Oh,
How about that basketball, man? Wow.
wow, and that sort of Showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Mark?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Carter Williams kicks to Roten. Young outside. 1:10 left in the first half. Carter Williams dishes to Noel. Number 11. Soft touch off the glass. .59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here is Gortat. There's the feed to Wall. Baseline try. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Broke loose. Now here's Wall. He's covered closely. Feeds to Nene. Defended by Noel. Releases. A shot by Nene. No good.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
To the paint. Roten guarded by Nene.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
That'll do it for the first half. 76ers on top, up 10. And it's time now for the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce. We'll be back shortly to get the second half underway.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And everything is in place and ready to go on the halftime show for this Wednesday night. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they have the lead against Washington. Their offense, the Thunder out in Oklahoma.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The second half just about to get going here.
Washington needs to do a better job guarding against Jackson.
He's got 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. Nene is out there with Gortat. And it's Wall. Then it's Pierce. And it's Beal in at the 2. Wizards trail by 12. Here's Wall. Can't hit. And here is Noel. He has 6. Number 11. Gortat covering. Roten kicks to Noel. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Noel's got 8 points.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Here's Wall. Rejected by Young.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Carter Williams kicks to Young. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
So timeout called here, but first for Washington.
Well, he's watching his club miss a lot of shots that they normally make, and that has to be frustrating. So I think he's going to call this timeout just to try to see if they can be more aggressive, get them to the free throw line.
Sometimes that's the best solution for them, but ultimately I think they'll be able to shoot themselves out of this slump. But in the meantime, maybe getting to the free throw line will help. And a look here at the Wizards, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 5th in three-point field goal percentage, 8th in assists, and they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Not bad for a team that's got an awful lot of young, talented players.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team last year, Clark? You mentioned the three-point shooting in the top 5 in terms of field goal percentage from long range. And I think it was a direct result of great unselfish play. And it helps when you can employ that inside-out game. You know, attack a team in the paint and then kick it out for that three-point shot.
And stolen by Noel.
Incredible. Everything's falling now, and this lead continues to increase.
Yeah, it's just way too hard to keep up with a scoring pace like this. I mean, and that's why the defense is having a tough time.
Wizards trail by 19. Beal the pass to Wall. And stolen by Roten. By himself. Throws down the breakaway jam.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Outside, Wall. Pass to Beal. Dene setting the pick for Beal. Back to Wall. 6 to shoot. Kicks to Beal. Shot to end this cold run. Here's Nene, and he dunks it down.
Crashes the offensive glass and gets a slam dunk for his effort. I like the work.
You know, Clark, pretty easy for him once he got a handle on the ball.
Yes, sir.
You know, you're never going to get a more quality chance than off an offensive rebound.
Shots good from Young.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
Well, and as hot as they've been, there's no need to change their offense. Just continue to play the way you're playing. You're going to get open looks.
Wall dishes to Nene. Tries from 16, and he drops that one in. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Offline with his 3. Wizards trail by 20. Now Beal. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside, Wall. No good. And Philadelphia the other way now. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Noel passes to Young. Number 11, Pierce covering. Carter Williams kicks to Roten. Number 11. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. And he can't get the first one. Washington making some changes. Blair comes in for Gortat. And Chris Humphrey subbed in for Nene. No luck that time either. Wizards trail by 20. And Beal kicks to Humphries. Wall. Looking to get back on track here. No luck.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
Jackson with it. Now Beal defending. Back to Young. Deflected. He passes to Richardson. He dishes it to Roten. Young left side. Humphries there. Goes up on the wing. Rebound, Washington. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official.
The Wizards have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. First free throw is good. Carter Williams, he's checked in for the 76ers. And both free throws good for Beal. 29 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Carter Williams, covered by Wall. Young dishes to Richardson. He kicks it to Carter Williams. Shot clock at 6. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Buries the long-range jumper. Carter Williams has got 6 here in this quarter.
And another three-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Philadelphia. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Young out there with Richardson. Then it's Thompson. Then it's Carter Williams. The Wizards shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. All with it. Now defended by Carter Williams. Wall passes to Webster. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game.
Looked to me like the defender didn't get squared up and get his feet set.
Good work by the officials. A nice call. That play can be tough to judge sometimes.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Blair. And Pierce subbed in for Bradley Beal. And Wall kicks to Pierce. And it's blocked by Rote. And he's able to get it back. And they're on the break. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Here's Carter Williams. Another three for Philadelphia.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
That's good from Pierce. Washington making some changes. Pierce hits 2. Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Sims. He's against Serafin. There's the pass to Sarge. Can't get it to go. And it's Washington the other way. Grant, Pierce covering. A second chance effort. He lays it in.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Now here's Webster. There's the dish to Miller. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the inside. And that one's good by Gooden.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
Well, that's been the focus, Clark, as we've watched. I mean, they've created one chance after another inside.
Passes to Sims. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. No good from Grant.
Now, normally that's a shot people make, but that's not really his bread and butter there.
Miller outside. Missed inside. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Number 32, Gooden defending. Inside, Sims. And there's the rejection. And the foul called on Kevin Serafin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Porter's checked in for Paul Pierce. And here is Grant. The open shot from Jackson. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Miller outside. Gooden defended by Sarge. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Yeah, he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Back to Jackson. Takes the three. Good D by Miller.
He just couldn't shake loose. He had the defender draped all over him.
Dishes it to Webster. Lots of room. Good.
The thing you notice right off the bat from the statistics, just his three-point percentage. I mean, it's a terrific number, and it's a combination of things. Good shot selection, his mechanics are solid, and his movement on the perimeter is outstanding.
And another specialty of his is the three ball from the corner. That's his signature shot.
And Washington making a change here. Humphries checked in. Miller dishes to Porter. Now Humphries inside. Here's Gooden. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Jackson passes to Richardson. Here's Sims. And there's the feed to Richardson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He's off on the first. Second free throw, no good.
Well, they just can't seem to get it right from the line here. Yet they're still on top. But that poor free throw shooting could come back to haunt them.
Wizards trail by 21. Miller outside. Feeds to Beal. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And here we go with Miller running up the court. Shot is off.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog there. That was just convert the shot. Come on.
Jackson drives in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Saric. Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. That one's off. Still out of sync.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Beal, that's for 2. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. How much to be critical of with this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win. They did both.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Michael Carter-Williams.